Bingo, bango, bongo. Welcome back to another episode of Sports for Dummies. My name is Josh, joined by fellow dummy John. How you doing?
Good, Joshy. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm pissed off with our little setup. We actually went on and had a guest interview.
Oh, geez, here we go.
And I haven't been able to stop ranting on about it this whole time, setting everything part of this up. I was crying internally.
We went and did a podcast, right, with one of Josh's friends, and it was a really, Andy Painter, it was a really good setup. You felt like you were on you're like in a Joe Rogan studio.
Felt like I went into
and all of a sudden, our little fucking table and little
povo.
basketballs, he's just been whinging the whole time. So, evidently, watch this space. We're going to have a fucking new setup in the next 2 weeks. And we're going to go from little table to full professional just because he fucking won't start crying. What do you want for Christmas, Josh?
A full podcast setup. Santa, bring it, please.
Continue.
All right. So, today we had, there's two games you wanted to talk about.
There was only a few games.
There was only five. None of them were really worthy of mentioning aside from the two that we're going to go into. I don't even think there's a point of talking about the Pistons and the Wizards. Who cares?
You're the best sides. You're arguably the two worst sides in the world of sport.
Genuinely.
In the world of sport.
And it was a thrashing. Anyway, so we'll start with the Lakers and the 76ers. How did that one go, Johnny? So for anyone who's watching, who got up on that one?
So Philly won by 44 points. So there's a couple of things I want to say about this. Because it's not just... One, they absolutely destroyed the Lakers. And, you know, that's always nice to see. But there's a couple of things I want to talk about. At one point, they were down... The Lakers are down too quick to be... They're down straight away. So I've looked at it. Out of 18 games, they're down... They've lost the first quarter, 12 of those games. Oh, wow. So for 67% of the time, they're down. And 4 times they've been down by over 20 in the first half. So fucking 15 minutes in, the game's over. Like, what are the Lakers trying to do? LeBron's old. He needs to rest. How about you come out hard, then fucking have a break? But it's just disgraceful. The games are over. Like, the fact that they've got a 10-8 standing is pretty actually good. Anthony Davis again versus... We spoke when they played the Kings against Sabonis. Embiid just smashed him. Embiid had 30, 11, 11, a 30 triple-double. It was just too good. But again, AD goes up against, a top center. He just gets absolutely taken out. And it's interesting because our mate Harley did... video on, where the 76ers are and all the stats say they're improving, but Harley wasn't buying it because of the usage rate of what Joel Embiid has. Like, it's the highest in the NBA, which means come playoffs, you can't stop them. I think I withhold my judgment. I just think with James Harden gone, the culture is better. And yes, Joel Embiid has been playing longer than Harden's been there. Yeah. It just looks like something a little bit different there. And that's because of Tyrese Maxey. I think he's brought something new, adding to his game. And I think Joel Embiid's pissed. I think he got his MVP. Now it's on to the next one. So I'm going to go against Harley. I actually think Philly... I still don't have them above Boston and the Bucks yet.
Yep.
But, geez, I think, they've got to make for them, they've got to make a conference final.
And they will. I definitely think they will. They're up there.
Also, they're going to make it over the Bucks?
Well, it's either going to be the Bucks... I don't think the Magic have snuck out of nowhere.
And that's another video. Good on them.
Good on them. But I think it will either be the Celtics, Bucks, or the 76ers.
So it's, the big three.
The big three. So now we're going to go to the other game, which was... You know what? I'm going to say the obvious. No, I'm going to say the obvious. Ever since Johnny called it out, you've been right. I'm gonna say it. You've been right. Reluctantly, don't want to admit it. LA Clippers versus the Denver Nuggets today. And Denver Nuggets had two of the best players in their team out. And, the Clippers still can't get a W.
And they were up by 11. Now, being right on this one, it's actually getting sad. Because at least James Harden at least played well in regular seasons. He scored 11 points. Paul George had 6. Russell Westbrook put himself on the bench, had 14 and 13. They were 11 points up. At the start, mate, they were 3-1.
Pisses me off.
Bringing Harden in just is soul-sucking. It just destroys a ball club. And he used to be able to get away with it, during the regular season. He's old now. This whole roster is old. Harden's fat Harden. And it's just disgraceful because the Clippers have just... Kawhi's finally fit. Leonard's finally fit. Westbrook had finally got his mojo back.
Yep.
And they just blew it up for why? Why?
Trust me,
I feel really... No, the Clippers deserve this because the whole fucking world knew how bad this was going to be. And on cue, from the second he got there, I don't play in the system. You don't play at all! You don't deserve to make the play-ins.
The play-ins?
Nah.
The playoffs?
No, the play-in. You don't even deserve to make the play-in.
Well...
That's enough. What have we got? We got group-in stages tomorrow. Very frustrating.
Give me a second. See, you know why I'm annoyed? How good would it be, guys, if you're just watching and all of a sudden all this stuff is just coming up on the screen as you're watching? It'd just be... magnificent. It's going to come anyway.
I've done this for 3 weeks and he's forgotten his roots already.
We're becoming a professional podcast. That's what we are. Anyway, so we got the Heat and the Bucks. That'll be a good game. The Cavs, the Hawks. The Nets, the Raptors. The Celtics, the Bulls. The Knicks, the Hornets. Timberwolves, Thunder.
Oh, top of the table in the West.
Then you got the Mavs, the Rockets, and the Kings and Warriors. So
good game too. Good games tomorrow.
10 games on. Yeah, I'm pretty pissed. If I'm being honest, I'm pretty tired. But I'm pretty pissed off about Clippers, and it's deflating seeing how they started the season to seeing where they're at now. It's actually, as a Clippers supporter, you're kind of like, how with 4 players at that caliber are they producing that sort of form? And like I said at the start of the year, yes. It's going to take a lot of time to gel. The fact that they've put Russ on the bench and he's taken a seat for Harden, who can't fucking lift his finger, can't do shit, in my opinion. And then you're seeing Leonard and George actually play some good games. I mean, George just had an off game today. That does happen, but it's frustrating. Like, I'm sure if there's anyone out there who's a Clippers supporter, I'm sure you feel the same way. It's frustrating to see a team that should be playing damn good just not have any gel, any momentum. We were up too. They were up. Last quarter was 16-36 in favour of the Nuggets. So they absolutely came out with a vengeance and smashed us.
Well, the Clippers have gone for the super team. They've fallen into the super team.
But we're not a super team. We're a shit team.
No, but that super team thing has been disproven in real time, where you had KD, Kyrie, Harden. They had the super team. They won nothing. The Lakers did it with LeBron, Carmelo, Westbrook, AD, achieved nothing. The days of putting a super team together, just picking players without thought of the roster, is gone.
Yeah.
It's not the Miami teams with LeBron, Wade, Bosh, where it worked. KD's fitting into a system.
That was a freak.
Now that was a suit, but it worked. It gelled. The roster worked. This is just.
They played very individual positions. But
it worked in the roster. While
100%.
Ever since then, KD, Kyrie, Harden, they blow the roster up. They get rid of all the role players, and then they just put them together with no soul. Mm. It's just a bunch of mercenaries.
But that's what I'm saying. In this, the problem was you had Russ and Harden who play the same position. So you haven't, like you look at Miami Heat, you had Wade and LeBron arguably play very similar positions, but they could be on the court at the same time and play that alternate position. You had the center Bosch, and you had Ray Allen, who was splashing threes as a small shooting guard. And you look at it and you're like, it's a very different, like, I believe Kawhi and George are very similar players, very similar position players. So there's already 2 and 2. You don't have a powerful center, and the point guard position really isn't occupied by someone who's taking the lead.
What's ironic? Russell Westbrook's stats are better than Harden. He's playing off the bench.
He's playing, and that's a concern. The huge concern, and it's something that needs to be. They need to drop. I know it sounds bad. They need to drop him, and they probably could put the money into that. They could have spent it on. So
who would get Harden now though? Who would want?
I don't want Harden. I don't. But no one wants.
This was his last chance.
Yeah, and he's shit. So well done, Harden. Well done on ruining another squad. I'm just pissed off that it was my beloved Clippers, and this year's going to be an absolute shit show. By the looks of things, unless something changes, I don't know what. Unless they bring in someone, I can't see it happening. But it is what it is. Sorry to dampen the mood, everyone. We're going to be...
Fat Harden does it to everybody.
2 weeks from now, we're going to have a primetime setup. And I'll be a bit more positive.
He'll be more positive tomorrow. We've got a big day of basketball. Thank you, everyone. Like, subscribe, and fucking press the notification button. Leave some comments. Have a good night.
And thank you for the 40 who already have done so. We really appreciate
40
it.
subs. Pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with that. Thank you.
I was like, that's high five worthy. See, 40.
Not bad. And all you did was pout. All you did was pout.
Pretty much. Anyway, thanks, guys. See you
guys.
in the next one.